dairy products into your diet, okay? If they're not there and you're not fucking lactose intolerant, this is your sign, buddy. Welcome back to my channel, Stinks. If you didn't read the title and you're just here because you like me, open up and give me a kiss. But if you're not quite sure why you're here, don't worry. I do have a little bit of a little tip for you guys today. Now, the number one question that I hear all the time on the internet is, how do I hit my protein goal? It's so hard to get protein in. How are you guys eating 150 grams of protein? Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. It's time to listen. Stop talking. Okay, I know your lips are getting dry. It is truly not that hard, and when I give you these tips, you're gonna see just how hard you were making it for yourself, buddy. Now, real quick, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Taliyah. On this channel, not only are you gonna be educated, but you're gonna be entertained, and you're gonna be fondled. Okay, I call it being effed. And if you want me to F you, join the cult, buddy. Just join. It's a good time over here, I promise. Ask everyone else in the comments. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I want you here. I want to kiss and fondle you and talk intimately about your mom. Okay, so we're gonna get right into the video, okay? The first tip, all right, and don't be mad at me, okay? It's annoying to hear this one because this is an obvious one. It's so obviously true, and yet none of you are doing it, okay? None of you. That's why you struggle, buddy, okay? That's why you have a hard time getting it in. You need to have a lean protein source in every meal. You're like, that's so much meat. Shut up. No, it's not. You're making it seem like it's so much meat because I know what you're doing at home. I know what you're doing, bud. Now, give me a second to break it down, okay? Because this one seems obvious and yet you're still not doing it. You're still not doing it. So let's say you're doing about 4 to 6 meals a day, okay? They don't have to be big meals. No one's saying that, but you're doing 4 to 6. But prioritizing getting some form of protein in per meal is already going to average out anywhere between 15 and 40 grams of protein. And that's just from the lean protein source, okay? We haven't added the other which we'll talk about later in the future. Now, if you're multiplying 15 to 40 grams of protein by 4 to 6 meals, on average, we're already looking at 90 to 100 grams of protein just from adding a protein source in every meal. 90 to 180 grams of protein. That's a lot, bud. That's a lot that you could potentially be missing out on because you want to have peanut butter sandwiches. Come on. And keep in mind, right, we're just starting. Like, we're just talking about adding a protein source to every meal. That's step 1 bite. Some really good options include chicken, ground turkey, lean ground beef, seafood, shrimp, salmon, tuna. All of those are really, really good options that you can easily add to your diet, which are probably already in your diet, okay? A little Chick-fil-A munchkin. I know what you're eating. So when you guys give me that excuse, I'm just not this and that, listen, you need to make it a priority, okay? It sucks. It's not awesome. It's not amazing, but it's also not difficult. And you're making it a lot harder for yourself than you have to. Okay, so my second tip, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this enough, is just choose a higher protein veggie, okay? You're like, oh my God, like vegetables have protein in them? Yes, they do. Some of them do, okay? And some of the most popular ones do. For instance, broccoli, okay? Broccoli is extremely versatile. I know you guys fuck with it. I fuck with it. If there's any vegetable that I'm gonna have, it's most likely gonna be broccoli, okay? It contains not only a good amount of protein, but also a good amount of fiber. Take it to the bathroom, buddy. Take it to the bathroom. And also other essential nutrients. Spinach. Do you want to be like Popeyes? Spinach is a banger. It's not only rich in iron and vitamins, but it also contains a fair amount of protein. You can add the salad, omelets, smoothies. It doesn't really matter. Like, just throw some spinach in there for a good time. Peas, okay? I don't fuck with peas, okay? But if peas are your provocative, then go for it, okay? Peas are legumes, and like other legumes, they are relatively high in protein. Same idea with asparagus, edamame, and artichokes. You can easily get an extra 3 to 9 grams of protein in per meal just by adding a higher protein veggie. And they are so low in calorie and nutrient dense that you can add a shit ton of it and you still be on track with your goals. A little tidbit for you guys, high volume eating, it's important.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
All right, pause. Listen, now before we continue on, I do just want a quick note and say that I'm going to the gym after I'm filming this video, and I do want to take this moment to introduce this week's sponsor. Let's give a huge shout out to Element. Wow, oh my God, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. Yes, you guys already know how I feel about them, okay? I talk about them literally a lot, all right? And that's because I genuinely enjoy their product. So I do want to give you guys a little 411 on the product if you're new here. Element contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio. So when you're being a little sweaty girl, the primary electrolyte loss is sodium. And like the athletes we are or becoming, okay, that's why you're here, we can lose up to 7 grams of sodium per day, and that's a lot, bud. It's a bit much. Now, when the sodium isn't replaced, it's super common to have muscle fatiguing symptoms like Muscle cramping? Guilty. Headaches. I used to get so many Charlie horses back in the day. It was actually ridiculous. But a really good way to combat symptoms like that is by taking an electrolyte packet like Element. Now, Element is offering you guys a free sample packet with any order so that you guys can try their multitude of different flavors, because they do have a lot. So make sure to use the link in my description box down below so that you guys can take advantage of that. And then let's give another huge thank you to Element for sponsoring this week's video and constantly supporting this channel. Thanks.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Now, tip number 3.
I volunteer as tribute.
And this one's probably my favorite, and I wish I could take advantage of this one a little bit more, but my body doesn't like me. Okay, she doesn't f me. It's very obvious. God decided that I was going to be an upset tummy gassy whore. Add dairy products into your diet, okay? If they're not there and you're not fucking lactose intolerant, this is your sign, buddy. Okay, because when I break this down, you're gonna be like, that's crazy, that's ridiculous. And I was thinking the same fucking thing. 1 cup of milk is 8 grams of protein. You don't have to do whole, you can do non-fat, you can do skim, you can do 2%, but that's 8 grams of protein right there. And that's not even to mention the fact that there's protein milks out there like Fairlife. A ton of protein in Greek yogurts that can easily add as low as 10 grams up to 23 grams of extra protein per yogurt cup per serving. Okay, that's not even a law, bruv. That's not even a law. Oikos, I don't know how to say the word, but they have 1 yogurt cup and it's 23 grams of protein in that 1 yogurt cup. That is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And it doesn't taste like ass. Don't like the way it looks, don't like the way it smells, okay? So for me to find a 23 gram yogurt that doesn't taste like
Shh. Go ahead, take those bananas. Hey.
that's a win for me, buddy. That's a win. Cheese. And I know you little hookers love cheese. A serving of cheese can add like an extra 7 grams of protein for something that you with. You already like cheese. You know, I want you to think about it like this, okay? Let's say we have a smoothie and you do this typical smoothie shit, like adding fruit and ice and water and a scoop of protein powder in there. That's normal. That's maybe 25 to 30 grams of protein depending on the protein powder that you use. Now let's add like 1 protein Greek yogurt, like the Oikos one. That's 23 grams right there. Okay, now instead of water, let's do 1 cup of non-fat milk, because that's pretty much just white water. White power!
White power!
That's an extra 8 grams of protein right there. Now we just added an extra 20 to 32 grams of protein into the same smoothie. The same smoothie that started off 25 to 30 grams is now ending at about 55 grams of protein in just that smoothie. That's crazy, right? Dairy. I'm trying to put you guys on. It's not difficult, I promise. And I used to be the same way. I'm like, oh, this shit's like so hard. Like, how do I get my protein in? Dairy. If I had the stomach, I would do it more often. Trust. Finally, we're up 4. Now, if all of that doesn't do it for you, okay, that's when we can start getting into supplementation, okay? But you can always add a protein supplement in. That was my tried and true. It's still my tried and true at this moment, because still getting in that much food can be difficult, but adding a protein supplement in can make it a lot easier, especially if you're someone that doesn't have a huge stomach. The appetite just isn't there. Having a protein shake with a meal, not a big deal. Now, there are plenty of protein powders out there that don't taste like I've tried them all. I really have. Now, personally, I'm using the Oxyway protein in the flavor vanilla. What's this flavor? Yeah, vanilla ice cream. I'm a tried and true vanilla girly pop when it comes to my protein, because I like it to be versatile. And then if you guys do get this, use my code TNA to give you guys a little bit of a discount, and also it helps me out, so thanks. I will literally add Oxyway to everything, okay? My cereal milk, my smoothies, my protein pancakes that are only protein because I added a scoop of protein powder in there, my oatmeal, my cream of rice, muffin. Adding a scoop of protein powder into stuff is extremely versatile. There's a million different recipes out there, and nothing needs to be super complicated. Like, it really doesn't. With adding a scoop of protein into stuff, you're now adding an extra 25 to 40 grams right there. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. And the same thing goes for, you know, protein snacks per se. I'm gonna actually make an entire video, so be on the lookout for that this month, on just some of my favorite protein snacks and healthy snack alternatives for you guys. But there are easy ways that you can just add that into your nutrition and your diet, and where you thought it was so difficult, it's really not. You're just making it a lot harder than it needs to be, Stink. Now, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If it wasn't helpful, keep it to yourself. But if it was helpful, all right, I just want you to throw up a fist inside of the chat so that I know it was helpful to you guys. Now, if you are someone that is still struggling with your fitness journey or nutrition, I urge you to take a look at some of my other videos in regards to that. But if you are still struggling and you want some help, which is not a problem, problem. I feel like people want to be like, my pride, I don't need help. I can solve every issue I can. Which you can. You can solve most of the issues that you have. The gag is that's going to take you a lot longer, okay? And I learned that the hard way. 6 years on a fitness journey, only saw results 2 years ago. Learn from my mistake. I do offer one-on-one training. I have a bachelor's degree in kinesiology as well as having my certification for the National Academy of Sports Medicine. And if you want to see some of my client results, guys, I do have a whole client highlight on my fitness page. So if you're not following my Instagram, like, what are you doing? I love my stinks. If you want me to fondle those muscles, get intimate, and touch you, gonna go ahead and link the application down below for you guys. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll get to them. Promise. Anyway, I will see you guys for next week's upload. And don't forget to tell your hot cousin that you were oddly attracted to as a child that I said, hey.
That's all, folks.